Well, MPs support the move in the budget to give out vouchers and rebates to Singaporeans. Some questioned the sustainability of these handouts. They believe it may create over-reliance on these aids. Metteo tells us more.
Rising food prices, electricity and water are among some of the top concerns facing Singaporeans. And so the government is providing $1.9 billion to fund direct support such as vouchers for groceries and food, cash payouts, as well as utility rebates. A few MPs urged the government to relook the means testing for such assistance scheme.
I would like the government to consider pegging this or future batches of vouchers to the number of persons per household. If 3 or 4 generations or an extended family live at one address, it could be due to financial limitations, hence all the more reason for a head count-based CDC voucher system.
But some MPs question the sustainability of dishing out assistance to fight inflation, as such help might end up keeping inflation higher or longer.
We must be very careful to calibrate the handouts to ensure that these are sustainable, as people may grow to rely on them over time. It may become a challenge to wean them off expectation of such broad-based support in the future. Also, the generous direct transfers to cushion residents from elevated inflation may, ironically, add to further demand and reverse the early signs of moderation on inflation.
Non-constituency MP Hazel Phua also says it may seem easier to provide handouts, but there must also be steps to keep rising costs in check. She adds that it's not healthy if the bulk of the population needs handouts to cope with the rising cost of living.
We ask the government to reconsider exempting a list of basic necessities from GST. We can list specific products rather than broad categories to minimize classification issues and place and limit price levels to those generally consumed by lower and middle income families. The need for this measure will become more pressing as GST rate increases.
Her fellow NCMP Leong Man Wai says citizens should be empowered instead to take initiative to improve one's life.
PSP believes this begins with providing the individual with a minimum level of support and then incentivizing him or her with attainable goals. Once the individual has reached these goals, he or she will be motivated to strive for more. This whole process requires a permanent scheme approach and not a handout approach.
Other MPs also spoke about the danger of these support measures, creating a crutch mentality for such handouts, and urged that these measures cannot be a long-term solution.